Hey guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Wow, what's behind me there? I'm looking into a mirror, by the way. I'm wearing my camera. Decided to have a little bit of fun tonight in the Craig Tube living room. Neighbors at work, the wife's at work, kids practicing his trumpet. What better way to, have a little bit of fun with a homebrew and a little bit of drums. Cheers. Well, it's been, I'd say probably around 3 years since I played those things. Just because we've got a little more junk down here than we used to, and it's been very difficult to find space to set them up. And so probably some people are going to ask, why is it set up in your living room? What does your wife think about that? Well, when she got home from work, she was asking me, why are there drums in my living room? I just explained to her that my son Jake, he wanted to try them. And I didn't have room down here to set them up. So we set them up upstairs. And she said, okay, no, that's fine. If he's having fun with it, they can stay there as long as you need. I love my wife. Anyway, of course, they're not going to stay there that long. I do like to have my living room the way it's supposed to be. Listen, guys, happy homebrew, whatever day it is for you watching this video. And I'm sorry I couldn't make one last week. I know you guys understand. Sometimes we get busy. And I know that a lot of you enjoy my weekly vlogs, if you will. So I feel very badly when I can't do it, but I had a very busy week last week. I had some guests come from out of town, and I really wanted to make sure that their stay was accommodating, if you will. So it's just every once in a while it's going to happen. Maybe once a year I can't make a Homebrew Wednesday video. Just your Craig Tube weekly vlog, brewing update and telling you what's going on. And thank you guys so much for watching. The first thing I do have a list here because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything. So this video might be a little bit longer than normal. So sit back and relax, have a home brew. That's what I'm going to do. This is a brown ale, home brew, extract with added hops. Beautiful stuff. Cheers. Brown ale, dark ale, whatever you want to call it. Just one of the ones I do sort of fairly often as it gets into winter. And of course, when the winter months hit, probably do some stouts, stuff like that. Some darker beers, maybe another porter. Anyway, listen, before we get to the brewing related stuff, very important. I just want to say, I don't want to dwell on this, okay? But I just want to say thank you. I do read your comments. When I post things on Facebook, I read your responses. And some of the, if not most of, almost all of your responses are very, very heartwarming. I don't know. I'm just very thankful that I have the viewership that I have, and each and every one of you deserves, a lot more than what I can give you. But I just want to thank you very, very much, all of you. This is very important that you know how appreciative I am that you watch, that you support whatever I do, and that you give me that little, when, hey Craig, don't mind the haters, or don't listen to them, or whatever. To tell you the honest truth, I think I don't have very many haters at all. In fact, I think there's like one guy who does all the trolling. I think he just creates new accounts every week. Anyway, so thank you so much. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, I really appreciate your being here. Right. Well, let's see what's brewing. Something very interesting is brewing back here. First of all, I'll just show you this. This is the blueberry wine that I made, and it's just sitting, waiting to clear. Yes, it looks a little higher than it's supposed to be because I added the F pack. Is that what they're called? The flavor pack, which makes it taste like blueberries. So, interestingly enough, the juice that was used to ferment was just a basic, kind of a grape juice, like a wine, a wine level grape juice, like not just like a Welch's grape juice. It was actually it tasted like actual wine grapes, or whatever grapes they use for making wines. But it was a very weak flavor on purpose, because we're gonna, they wanted you to add the flavor pack and make it taste like blueberries. I did take a sample and taste it. It's good. It's not what I expected. And I'm almost thinking that next time I make that wine, I'm going to put the flavor pack in at the beginning of the fermentation, so that all of the sugars will get fermented out. I was kind of hoping for something a little more dry, kind of like the wine that, and I haven't posted the video yet. I have to post some videos that you guys haven't seen yet, of a wine that was brought to me by a friend from the United States. She makes her own wine out of blueberries, and she's got this beautiful wine that she made that's been aging for a few years, and she brought me a bottle and we sat and gave it a little whirl, and it was just unbelievable. So I said, that's it, I gotta make blueberry wine. Well, the blueberry wine kit that I purchased and did up over there, it's not the same as what she brought, but it is good. It's just it's a little sweeter than I would like. So I'm just wondering if you add the flavor pack in at the beginning, because what you do is you ferment the wine and then you add the stabilizers, which stop it from fermenting, right? So then when you add the flavor pack, you're basically back sweetening it, is what you're doing, and that sugar will not ferment. The flavor pack was basically a blueberry extract. Okay, so, but it's good. I'll be sampling it maybe next week on Homebrew Wednesday. Oh, by the way, where did I put that? I think I'm double-fisted. I was double-fisted. What happened to the other fist? Oh, no. Hang on. Where did it go? Oh, jeez. Sorry. I don't know, man. Anyway, just because I didn't do a video last week, I made sure that I was double-fisted this week. So cheers to that. And this time we'll do this one. This is just a California Red that I did a month or so ago. And it's crystal clear. Do I have a flashlight? I think so. Whoops. Let me see what it looks like. Oh, geez, I hope you guys can see that. You could read a phone book through that. Beautiful stuff. And it tastes pretty darn good too. Cheers. Oh man. The first time I made my own wine, it was, I think it was a white wine. I think it was. Anyway, the first time I made my own wine out of the wine kits that you buy, I was flabbergasted. And how good it tastes. You can make this stuff. And it's just, I actually went out and bought a bottle of white wine recently just to see what they're tasting like these days out of the store-bought. It was a $10 bottle of wine, and I brought it home, and I drank some of it. It was pretty good. I liked it. It was good quality. It didn't taste like pine sol or anything like that. But I can make just as good, if not better, wine here in my basement for 1/5 of the price. So there you have it. The power of home brewing, yeah. So, so anyway, that's the blueberry wine. The next thing I wanted to tell you about is something I found kind of interesting, was this thing. Now, don't mind the mess around it. I had a little mishap when I first brought it home. What this is, and I want to thank Andy, by the way, for dropping this off to me. He asked me if he wanted me to pick, if I wanted him to pick one up for him. Sorry, edit. Pick one up for me and bring it, and I would pay him for it. They're $27. You get a 5-gallon bucket and about 20 liters of fermentable grape juice. Okay, and this is like, again, it's not just your run-of-the-mill Welch's grape juice. It's good stuff. All right, so you get that, and it's refrigerated. So you go in the store, you buy it. It's refrigerated. They give you a package of yeast. You bring it home. You let it warm up to room temperature. So that takes like overnight or something like that. You just don't touch it. I didn't touch it. I just left it the way it was. It goes into room temperature, and then you open the lid and you pitch the yeast. Put the lid back on. Bob's your uncle. Now, when I lifted the lid, I should have took a video of this, but I didn't expect it. It was already fermenting. There was foam all over the place. That's why you see the little bit of mess around the edges there. So I was worried about that. And I thought, oh no, what if it's infected? And it's already going, and all the horrible, airborne stuff is fermenting my wine. Well, it smelled fine. And so I just pitched the little yeast packet that they gave me, put the lid back on. It's got a little grommet on top, little hole. So I didn't put an airlock on. I just left it like that. And it fermented like crazy. And that's why I had a little bit of an overflow, because I thought the lid was going to blow off. So I cracked the lid a little bit around the edge, and some of it sort of spewed out as it was fermenting. Apparently, I found out that you don't even need to pitch the yeast into these things. The yeast that's on the skins of the grapes will ferment the juice. So once it warms up to room temperature, apparently you just bring it home and you just let it warm up, and it just does its thing, turns itself into wine. Isn't that neat? But me and Andy, we talked about this, and we like to add the extra yeast package just in case, because sometimes the yeast from the grapes isn't quite enough or whatever. But apparently most of the time it is. You just bring the thing home, set it down somewhere, and it makes wine. $27 for 4.5 gallons of wine. Red wine. And I've tasted it. And it's good, because Andy brought me a bottle of that. I think his was white wine. I can't remember if it was white or red. I can't remember. But it was good. It was as good as the things that I make. $27. You can't beat that. And you can get all the different types of red and white wine, Chardonnay, or all the different. I'm not going to start pronouncing things, because you guys know what I'm like with pronunciations. So that's kind of cool. I think I'm going to be brewing a little bit more of that stuff too. And you could add your oak chips to it. You put your your clarifiers in at the end, and your stabilizers, so it doesn't go rotten. There you go. Anyway, that's interesting, and it is homebrew related, so there you go. So that's a bit of brewing stuff. I'm going to be brewing up, what's my next one? I don't even remember what I bought. It's a simple one, though. It's just a canned pre-hopped kit. And then I'm going to finally get to doing that, the welder one, with the 11 hop editions. It's been so long since things been sitting there. The yeast has been in the fridge. And finally going to get to do that, and of course we'll do a video on that. That should be fun. You sitting there watching me throw hops in every 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it is. Okay, next on the list I want to talk to you about, after I take a little a little breather. Nice shirts, by the way. Very good quality shirts. Thank you, TGT Shirts, for being there for me all these years and making sure these shirts get distributed the way they should. Never had a complaint. So the guy's a professional, knows what he's doing. Okay, I want to thank, from Norway, and I'm just going to pronounce this the way it's on my screen, and this is, if it's wrong, I apologize. Helge and Jan Erik from Norway. His name on YouTube is Drunken Metalworker. Drunken Metalworker. That doesn't sound very safe to me, but you know, there you go. So he sent a donation to me. Thank you very, very much. I do have music on my website, craigfaraway.com. There's some of my own music is up there, and it's totally free. People keep asking me, how can I buy it? How can I pay for it? How can I buy it? I want to buy it. Okay, fine. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to pay for it. But there's a donate button there. If you do want to donate, you can. And that's how that works. And so thank you very, very much. And thank you for watching all the way from Norway. And happy brewing. Awesome stuff. Thank you very much. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I had to thank you guys at the very beginning. There's so much kindness and support, and I'm not talking donations, I'm just talking you guys watching, commenting, putting the thumbs up button down, up, not down, up. I have to mention this because this is absolutely awesome. Brand new, shrink wrapped, although this isn't the original. I've got this in a case now, a plastic, but I took the shrink wrap off because I already played this. Excuse me. Led Zeppelin, their first album. Brand new, 180 gram vinyl. Boy, does it ever sound good. Led Zeppelin. Beautiful stuff. Sounds awesome. Thank you, Brian, for that. Awesome stuff. He was in my cast a couple weeks ago, and he asked me, I want to send you a vinyl. What do you want? I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to send me. However, I am looking to get some Led Zeppelin happening on vinyl, so that's what he sent me. So thank you, Brian. Awesome. There's one more thank you I want to do, but I'll wait a little bit, just because I want to break this up a little bit. I've got so much stuff I want to talk to you about. I want to give you guys an idea. Now, this is not the first time somebody has done this. If you have trouble, how do I approach this? Because I don't want to take the credit for this, because I think it's Gash Slug on YouTube. Gash Slug made a video or talked about how when he brews his beer, and he has trouble cooling the wort, because he lives in Australia, so it gets hot there during the summer. So the groundwater is not very cold, and it's just warm. He's got to get things cooled down before he pitches the yeast, just like we all do. And what he does, and what I'm sure other people have done this, is you get, you get some water and you boil it so it sterilizes it, or I don't even think you have to boil it. But you put it in a sterilized container and you freeze it, like a bowl or something like that, and you freeze it. And then when your wort is ready and you want to cool it down, you get this big block of ice out of the freezer, and obviously it's good quality water and it's sterilized. You've got it covered and everything, and you get it out of there and you throw it in your wort, and it cools your wort down. Okay, it's a great idea. Even throwing a large bottle of water in the fridge and making sure that that's good and cold will also be of help. You go to the store, you buy a couple gallons of spring water or whatever, throw it in your fridge. When brew day comes, you've got a good way of getting your wort cooled down as quick as possible if you don't have a wort chiller. Okay, now what I thought of, if you're gonna put this big block of ice in your wort, why not do this? Get a couple gallons, not a couple gallons, a couple liters, half a gallon, whatever it is, 4 liters, half a gallon, whatever, of water, put it in a pot in the stove, bring it to the boil. Sorry, my dog is trying to jump on the couch, and it takes her about 25 tries until she finally makes it up there. Well, that's what we heard up there. Jeez. I don't even think she made it yet. She's 10 years old. She's getting up there. Get yourself some water, put it on the pot in the stove, bring it to the boil, throw some hops in there. Maybe an ounce of Cascade or Citra. Boil it for 5 to 10 minutes. Put the lid on, let it cool. Or maybe just bring it to the boil, turn the heat off, then throw the hops in. Put the lid on, put it in a sink full of cold water, get it cooled down as quick as you can so the hops don't boil for too long, and then freeze that. So now what you've got is you've got this big block of ice that you can throw in your wort to help cool it down, and it's got hops in it. So you're adding a little extra hop flavor to your beer. I just thought that was a really cool idea. I haven't tried it yet. So if any of you guys have a chance to try that, let me know how that works out, okay? Great way to cool your wort down, and it's a great way to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, get some extra hop aroma or flavor in your beer. You would want to cool the water down as quickly as possible though, so that the hops aren't continually in boiling in hot water, because then you'll just get bitter. Or they'll just lose they won't get bitter, but they'll lose their a lot of their character. So anyway, I will try that one day too myself and see how it works out. That's my little hop ice idea. Let's just call it hop ice. Okay. Okay. Well, we did that one already, so let's go for this one. Double fisted. Boom. Finally, I do have another little drum segment for you at the end of the video, just for fun. I save it till the end in case you're not interested. You don't have to watch that part. I did some Rush for you. Hope I did it okay. You might recognize La Villa Strangiato and YYZ or YYZ. Just little parts of them, just to hack around. Because I haven't played it in a while, so I'm kind of rusty. I think we shall end it here with a cheers. 17brewcrew.com. Okay, great forum, our forum, and it's an absolutely great place to go and ask questions about brewing or hang out. If you want to ask me a question personally, there's a section in there that you can do that as well. They've been kind enough to provide me with my own little corner in there where I can people can ask me questions if they want. But seriously, I'm not the brains of the outfit. There's so many talented home brewers in that forum that, if you want to ask me, I'll be more than happy to answer. But you can go out into the other parts of the forum and ask anybody anything, and you'll get an answer. I've done it myself, and I've gotten answers. You want to post a recipe or a video or, it's just a great place to hang out. So check it out. One of those things that, you can get to sleep at night because if you have a question, you know where you can go to get an answer, and you're not going to get teased, chastised, burnt because you're asking a question about a Cooper's kit or something like that. We're there for all of you. Everybody can ask a question. There's no such thing as a dumb question, and we don't allow bullying or chastising in this forum, so you can feel totally comfortable. Thank you for watching. Sorry the video was a bit long. It is what it is. Now, we'll start with a little excerpt from La Villa Strangiato by Rush, and after that, a little bit of YYZ from Rush, just me trying to hack it out on the drums, having some fun in my living room while my dog freaks out. Okay, guys. Thank you very much, and be safe. Cheers.